Well, we've all heard of the Triple Crown, but we're usually thinking about horse racing. But for avid hikers, there's also a Triple Crown.
I thought it was horse racing when I was looking at the rundown earlier, but this is the Pacific Crest, Continental Divide and Appalachian Trails, and sports director Jenna Fink joins us now. So Jenna, this was the Chico man who did it all in a year?
That's right, Haley and Alan. Charlie Janssen completed it, and this is a very rare feat. He's just the 13th person to do it in 1 year.
It's just a really bizarre, cathartic, awesome, sometimes terrible experience.
Nearly 1 year ago, Charlie Janssen laced up his sneakers to begin the Triple Crown. Among the reasons, he wanted to test his physical and emotional limits.
These are the trekking poles. This is like the saving grace of the entire operation.
Here's an approximate look at all three trails. The Pacific Crest is 2,700 miles, the Continental Divide Trail is 2,600, and the Appalachian Trail is 2,200. In total, that's 7,500 miles, about the same as hiking a marathon a day.
It's a pretty isolating experience. On the Continental Divide Trail, for example, I saw 26 southbound through hikers over 2,601 miles.
All that time alone, you'd think he built a killer Spotify playlist.
Actually, most of my time was spent in silence. No music, no podcast, nothing. You're just kind of in your own head.
So what do you think about?
Your mind is so actively engaged in the hike itself. You have to know where the next water source is, how much do I need until the following water source, how reliable is that going to be, how much food I have, how much do I need a ration, what's the elevation look like.
Charlie faced plenty of challenges.
I had cellulitis that was turning septic, and then I also had a strep infection, like a strep blood infection in my other leg, so it was very, very, very painful to hike.
But he continued on in rain.
And it is just the deluge.
Wind. And snow.
Some of these footprints are 3+ feet deep.
He often jumped from trail to trail because of impassable weather. His efforts rewarded with jaw-dropping views. Some of his favorite right here in our area.
So the Pacific Crest Trail is definitely the easiest of the three. I would say it's definitely the most scenic. It was definitely the most social trail because of the time of year that I started.
Charlie started hiking on February 3rd, his 34th birthday. 285 days, 20 hours, and 56 minutes later, on November 15th, he completed the Triple Crown.
It was a really weird, almost numbing feeling. I was pretty at a loss for words, and I'm still unpacking this experience.
But one thing he learned?
Well, anything's possible, especially when you have a goal lined out.
What an incredible accomplishment. Haley, now, any guesses on how many pairs of sneakers he went through on those hikes?
Oh, I mean...
20.
I'll say slightly less. I'll say 16.
All right, slightly less than both. It was 13 pairs
not
of
so
shoes.
bad.
Yeah, not so bad.
All right, thanks, Jenna. Incredible story. Good for him. That's impressive.
That's right.
Yeah.